Hello and happy Friday! I got this shirt at our huge church garage sale and I thought I have to wear it for Friday because that's what today is. And we're going to cook together. Let's get everybody together. I have a phone now instead of a laptop, so I'm going to get the recipe page on here. And I'm able to get Instagram on here too, I think. Let's see, we have to share this. We're going to get everyone together. Let's see, how do I share this? Oh, I think I have to do this way. New things all the time. So we are having a cookie extravaganza. I promised you we would have a cookie day, and we're going to have a cookie day. We're making 2 different kinds of cookies, and it's going to be so fun. Not sure if I can get Instagram up on here, but I should be able to. Let's see. Might just have to wait a bit for Instagram. Oh well. There's another live going that I could see, but maybe, I don't know. We'll figure out Instagram later. We'll figure that out for another time. Let me get us on here. Okay, let's get cooking. So we're going to start out with the brand new recipe. We're going to make mango Samoas. I did just call them mango coconut cookies, but when they were baking the first time I made them, my mom was like, oh my goodness, they smell like the Samoa Girl Scout cookies. So I'm like, let's call them Samoas. It's a fun name anyways. So I have them in the oven right now. I made a batch right before we started, but this time I tried papaya because I had some in my fridge. So I'm like, let's experiment and try that. Kelly, hello. Hello, Kelly. Hello on the gorgeous Friday afternoon. Yes, it is a beautiful day, a little sticky, a little humid, but beautiful. So we're going to start with our Samoa cookies. So you're going to need a bowl, as always. You're going to need some coconut flakes and, of course, bananas. So we're going to start with 2 ounces bananas. I have my oven preheated at 375. So preheat your oven to 375 if you're following along. And let's see if Instagram will work now. Nope. That's okay. We'll figure out Instagram. I'll just have to get close to you. Bree, hello. Trying to join in. Yes, welcome. Join in the cooking fun. Sweetie, hello from Toronto. Janice, hello. So happy to be here. So happy you're here with me in my kitchen. So if you're just hopping on, we're doing 375. I have my little toaster oven going. You can use just a regular oven. And we're going to do 2 ounces banana. I already used this banana, so let's see how much this little nugget is. Not 2 ounces, not even 1 ounce. So we're going to keep going. This is about my favorite colored of bananas to use because they got a little bit of brown spotting, so they're going to be extra sweet compared to like green or just yellow bananas. So this is like prime banana time to bake with them or cook with them or put them in anything. Now, I don't like to eat just a banana. I don't like to eat them this color. I like it a little more yellow or almost green if I'm just eating it. But for baking, they're perfect, a little bit brown. So we're going to do 2 ounces banana. That was 2 ounces. We're going to mash our banana first. I like to mash my banana before I add anything else. It just helps get the banana so it doesn't like fling around when you're trying to mash it, and then you're trying to mash it with all the other things in there. So we like to mash this first. So it should be like this texture. Cindy, hello Cindy, welcome. So we have our banana mashed here. Now we're going to add the rest of our ingredients, but first we're going to dice some mango. You can use fresh mango. I haven't tried this with fresh mango. I always use just frozen mango, but I do have some fresh mango, and I'm using fresh papaya in the ones in the oven right now, which should be done any second. And they're perfect. I can see them. They're getting golden brown. So exciting. But I like to use frozen mango also because it can't spoil on you. You don't have to work with the pit and try to cut it and get it off of there. They did all that for you. But these hunks are just a little bit too big for what I want to use them for. Linda, dicey connection today, but I'm here, so happy to get back to the baking fest with you today. Hello, Linda. Oh no, you have some dicey connection, and we're going to dice up some mangoes. I did find this at our garage sale also. It's a mini cleaver. It's so cute. connection isn't as dicey as we're going to get here. We're going to do 4 ounces mango. So we want them pretty small hunks, about like that, or smaller or bigger, depending on what you want. But I want little hunks in all of my cookies. So we're going to do 4 ounces. Elizabeth, hi, I'm late. Never late than better. No, it's better late than never. Yeah, that's how it goes. I had to think about that one. Better late than never, Elizabeth. Glad you're here with me. So we're dicing up some mango. We're making cookies. So we want little tiny hunks. Don't chop your fingers. That's 101 in cooking. Natalie, I'm super dicey today, but I think my connection is improving. Oh, yay! See, you just join in the cooking fun and your connection improves every time. Ha! That's cute. Mocha, hello, Mocha or Marine. So glad you're joining me. Amy, what are you making? We are making mango Samoa cookies or coconut cookies, coconut mango cookies, mango Samoa, whatever you want to call them. We want 4 ounces. I'm at 2. I'm using frozen mangoes, but again, you could use fresh. We want small little cubes or just tidbits. Or if you don't want to chop your mango, don't chop your mango. Just throw it right in there. It's up to you. I like little bites in every bite of my cookie, but that's just me. Cooking is an adventure. You can make it however you want it to be. It's so fun. All right, we're at 3.3. We're almost there. Oh, 3.9. Almost. Maybe one more chunk. And again, don't chop your fingers. Perfect. We're going to put that back in there. You're going to grab a napkin because you can't have mango fingers and cook at the same time. Either that or like banana fingers. Those are bad. You can't cook with those. If you got like that slimy, it's just not fun to cook. All right, so we have our diced mango. Now we're going to chop some almonds, or you could use sliver almonds, but the slivered almonds that I have are just plain, not salted, not oven roasted. When you oven roast them, I buy them oven roasted at my local Aldi's, and make sure it says oven roasted. If they're just roasted, they're going to have oils in them, and it's usually junk oils, or like canola oil, safflower oil. I love the mini cleaver. Oh, thank you. Me too. It's just adorable. But I get the oven roasted, and it's just almonds and sea salt, and I get them at my local Aldi's, and it says oven roasted. Because the just regular roasted are just a little bit darker blue bags, so they look exactly like this, so always read your labels or read the front. We're going to just coarsely chop some of these, or you can use slivered almonds. But when you roast nuts, they get a lot more flavor. I like them roasted. Or you could throw in the almonds whole if you want. Or drop them on the floor like I'm doing. Let's see. Oh yeah, you can see that. So if you just gently get them to crack, then they don't fling everywhere. Sort of. Maybe this isn't the best nut chopping knife, but it's going to work right now. We're going to do, how much? A ½ ounce of chopped almonds. Perfect. So they don't have to be super little, just kind of. All right, we're going to throw these in our bowl. Ah, perfect. A little bit extra, but that's okay. Then we're going to do, this is where it gets coconutty and delicious. We're going to do a ½ ounce of unsweetened coconut flakes. These are organic, and I get them right at my local Walmart. As you can see, the Great Value brand. We're going to do a ½ ounce, and that's your full fat. Oh, let's get these out, and we're going to leave our oven on for our next cookies. I will show you these in a minute. We'll let them cool. All right, we're going to let those cool a little bit as we keep going with our cookies. So we got 0.3, we want 0.5 or ½ ounce, depending on what your scale says. If it's by decimals or by fractions. We have ½ ounce right there. Then we're going to do a ½ ounce total of ground flaxseed. This is just some ground flaxseed I had ground up, I think this morning. You don't want to buy the ground flaxseed because I'm friends with the nutritionalist. she doesn't do no sugar, no flour, but she's a nutritionalist, so she knows a lot of things about food and nutrition. And she said that after 24 hours after your flaxseed is ground, it loses like 90% of its nutritional value. So I buy the whole flaxseed, and then I have just a little coffee grinder that I grind it in, and it works perfect. And then if I do have leftover, I'll put it in my fridge, and I will use it later. But I try to grind it as fresh as I can, as often as I use it. So just do the best you can. So we're going to do a 1/2 ounce total of ground flaxseed and hemp seed. So it was about 0.2 of flaxseed. So we're going to do the rest in hemp seed. And I got these. I think I ordered them online, but I think you can get them at Walmart also. They kind of do the same thing as chia seeds and flaxseed do, the hemp seed. They absorb things. They're really good for you. They're high in omega-3s. And again, they're really good for you. And they're kind of tasty. They're just little and a little nutty. And of course, when working with fruit, we always want to add some salt. So I'm just going to add a dash or 2. I quite like salt with my fruit because it brings out the sweetness. So we're going to do just a little bit more. Then we're going to do a pinch of turmeric, or it's really hard to say, turmeric powder. This is ground turmeric. It's a spice. You might think it's kind of crazy to put with mangoes, but it gives it a really beautiful yellow color. And this is really good for you. It's very anti-inflammatory, and it has tons of other nutritional value to it. Turmeric powder does. And it's not too strong. It just gives a really nice flavor. So we're going to use that, and then we're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of each coconut extract, which I got on Amazon. It's Olive Nation. Don't get the emulsion, the flavored emulsion, because those all have sugar in it. And then I have some Mexican vanilla, which I got off of Amazon also. It's pure vanilla extract, Back to the Basics. That's the brand of it. I've really liked both of these. We're going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of each. Let me grab my 1/2 teaspoon here. Or you can measure this with your heart, depending on how much coconut and how much vanilla you like. All right, let's see. Do we have everything in here? We have, that's the wrong cap. We have everything in here. So now we're going to mix this all up. So we have our coconut, our mango, our nuts, our ground flaxseed and hemp seed, our extract, our turmeric, our salt, and our extracts. I think I said extracts, and our banana. So we're going to mix this all up. It's going to make this beautiful mixture. And we have our almonds that we chopped in there. Salted almonds are so good. You could even use like macadamia nuts, because those are very tropical. When I think of tropical like nuts and seeds, I think of macadamia nuts. You could use pecans or whatever nut you like. All right, we have this all mixed up. So I'll show you what these ones look like. Now these ones really flattened, but that's okay. They're still going to be delish. Let's not burn myself. And they kind of went together. I'm going to bring over this baking sheet, which is nice and cool now. So here is these are the ones I made with fresh papaya. I thought, let's try it. And then with this meal, this is for lunch, you would side it with a 1/4 of a protein. So I did 1.5 ounces. I did 1.5 ounces chickpeas, and I didn't have enough, so then I did black beans also. So that's what these look like. Let's just put that back on the pan. What am I doing? Yeah, that's nice and cool. So this is what the papaya ones came out to. And oh, they smell so good. If you don't like papaya, you could use a different melon. Honeydew melon, muskmelon, those would both work well. So we're going to line our baking sheet with parchment paper. Or you could oil your baking sheet, whichever is easier for you. Either way. And now we're going to make about 5 or 6 cookies, depending on how big you want them. And I'm going to space them out a little bit more this time, because those ones kind of stuck together just a little bit. So we want to get all of our yummy stuff So let's make 6 cookies. We're going to do a scoop each. I think it'll make 6. I'm just going to make a scoop each and see how many we get. I think it'll make 6 perfectly. We want all the yummy flavors and juices at the bottom. And we want all our coconut on our cookies. And then I'm just going to flatten them just a little bit, kind of make them round shapes if they're a little wonky. There we go. Well, I had a napkin. Here it is. So this is what they look like before they're cooked. Let's put them in. I'm going to cook these for about 25 to 30 minutes or until they're nice and golden brown and like cooked through. You can kind of tell. They shouldn't look shiny like this. They should be very cooked. Set the timer. We'll do 25 and check on them then. I've noticed that my toaster oven cooks a little bit hotter and a little bit faster because it's a smaller area, but it still works very well. Now we're going to, while those are cooking, we're going to make our key lime chia drops or chia cookies. This is from volume 3, I think. Yeah, volume 3 or Cooking with Joy 1. We're going to make the key lime chia drops. These are so good. You're going to need a bowl. And this one, you're going to preheat your oven to 350 or 375 if you like your cookies a little bit more done. So we'll leave this at 375 so it cooks a little hotter, a little faster. Instagram. Woohoo! Yes, Krista, woohoo! So fun. Okay, so we are going to drain and blend some chickpeas. Her name was Marcy, and she was on the recipe page. And she makes some chickpea things also. She's made some of the recipes. And she had a genius idea. So I was just blending like 3 ounces of chickpeas at a time and then putting them in. What she does is she blends the whole can. She drains it first, blends the whole can, and then leaves the blended in her fridge and then uses it as she goes. And oh my gosh, that has been a time changer, a time saver, not a changer, a time saver, just having it already blended in the fridge in a Tupperware. It should last up to about 5 days to a week. You can kind of tell when it's done because it'll smell a little funky. Time to throw it out and start out a new batch. Lois, hello. So I'm going to drain this. So it's a pop top. So I just open a little bit and then it drains right out. I don't rinse them. You can rinse them. But I like a little bit of the liquid in with it. It helps it blend a little nicer. And I've noticed the non-organic chickpeas compared to the organic chickpeas, the organic are a little bit drier, where the non-organic are a little bit softer and a little bit more wet. So those you could drain very, very well. But the organic, you can leave a little bit of juice in with it, helps it blend. Now, if you can't find chickpeas, they're also called garbanzo beans. Why? I don't know. I remember when I first tried finding chickpeas, it was so hard because all I could find was garbanzo beans. It's the same thing. Found that out the hard way. So I'm going to blend these up. You can use a blender, a food processor, or I like to use my little hand blender here, or they call it an immersion blender, whichever one. Lois, do you ever save the liquid? Yes, I do. When you use the liquid, it's called aquafaba. When you whip it, it's called aquafaba, and I think the liquid's called aquafaba also. I usually don't save it if I don't have something planned I'm going to use it for. Otherwise, it just kind of sits in my fridge and rots, and then I never use it. But yes, I have saved it before, and there are recipes in my cookbooks that use the aquafaba. It's kind of fun. It's a vegan thing. When you whip it, the aquafaba acts like an egg white. It gets very frothy and whipped. And then as the liquid, it acts like an egg yolk. It just acts like an egg. But whipped, it acts like an egg white. So you can kind of use it as an egg replacement. It doesn't work as well as an egg for making things stick together, but it works pretty well. So we're going to blend this up. I like to kind of cover it with my hand just a little bit because it likes to fling. Just start out a little slow till everything starts getting blended up. your fingers. Make sure there's no big chunks. If you see any whole chickpeas, just get them in there again. There we go. Nice and blended. And then whatever I don't use, this is a glass Tupperware. I'll just put the top on and shove it in my fridge, and then I'll use it later for other things. You could make, there's the chickpea, what is that? Chickpea cookie dough in volume 3. That's delicious too. That's an easy way to use chickpeas. There's chickpea cookies in volume 1. Can you tell I like chickpeas? They're very fun to use. And they're good for you because it's beans. Good way to get protein in. Ooh, I can hear my cookies sizzling. And never put your fingers in the blender when it's plugged in. I like to use like a spatula or a fork or a spoon to get all the stuff out. Or sometimes I'll bang it on the side of the bowl and it will come out pretty easy. Alright, so here's our beautiful blended chickpeas. And you have it nice and smooth. You can use this to make hummus on the go. I even have a no-fat hummus recipe, so it's just your protein and it's just as delicious. Let's see, I think that's in volume 9 or 10, the no-fat hummus. That one's really yummy too. Lois, blondies too. Yes, chickpea blondies are so delish. Those are one of my favorites also. And then there's the chickpea blondies, but for breakfast. Those have oats in it. That's delicious also. Those are both in volume 1. All right, so we have our blended chickpeas. So before we start that, we're going to get our chia egg thickening, which takes a little bit. So instead of, you can use key limes in this recipe, but I don't have any fresh key limes on me, and I forgot to grab my lime juice. So we're going to just use lime juice. I buy this at my local Walmart, and it's 100% lime juice. It has a couple like preservative things in it, but to me that's okay because I don't use it that much that often, and it's just easier to use than having limes just sitting on my counter or sitting in my basket things, and then they get rotten, and I never use them. So I use this, and it's nice because it lasts a long time in the fridge. I've also heard that chickpeas speed up weight loss too. Ooh, that's a cool fact. I didn't know that. I do know they're pretty high in fiber, so they will cleanse your body too. So maybe that's what it is. But they're really good for you, and I really like them. If you don't know your system very well, you can sometimes overdo chickpeas and you'll get some bloating and some gas. But if you know your system, my system is perfectly fine. I can have as much chickpeas as I want every day, whatever, and I'm fine with that. My mom and sister, they're a little bit more sensitive to those kinds of foods, so they don't really do much cauliflower often. They know like 2 days of cauliflower, then they better, tone down on it so it helps with their system. But everybody's different. So make sure you kind of figure out your system. Maybe don't have a bunch of chickpeas before you're going to go out for the day or something, because you never know. So instead of 6 key limes, we're going to do 1 ounce key lime juice. Or you could do 3 tablespoons. We're going to do 1 ounce. Perfect. And then we're going to do 1 ounce of chia seeds. So we might up our lemon juice. We'll have to just see. But these are going to be very chia seed. And chia seeds are very fun. They give a little bit of crunch. Brittany, hello. We're going to do 1 ounce. So it's about 2 tablespoons. It's a little bit more than 2 tablespoons. So always weigh your chia seeds. A little bit more. There we go. 1 ounce. We're going to give these a little stir just to get them all nice and wet. We're going to do another 1/2 ounce of lime juice because this is quite a bit of chia seeds. So we're doing a total of 1.5 ounces. And if it goes a little bit over, that's okay. It's lemon juice. It's very yummy. So we're going to just mix this and let this sit to thicken. And this will act like an egg. It'll help bind things together. All right, so now that we have that, we are going to mix the rest of our ingredients. So we're going to do 3 ounces blended chickpeas, or you can add them to your bowl and then blend them. But I already have them pre-blended, which is super easy and nice to use. We're going to do 3 ounces, which is half of our protein. Perfect. Then we're going to do our baking powder, baking soda. Now, you want to make sure you mix this together before you add your lime, before you add the lime juice, because the lime juice will react with the baking soda and baking powder, and then it won't work in the cookies. So you want to mix everything before you add your chia egg. You know why I know that? Found that out the hard way. But that's okay. We're all learning. So we're going to do 4 ounces banana. Let's see how much banana this is. 2. Thankfully, I have another banana and I have more. You can never have enough bananas when you're eating this way. When you don't eat sugar and flour, bananas are your sweetener. 3.9, almost. 1 tiny little nugget should do it. Perfect. 4 ounces. Where did I put? I had a napkin. Here it is. Then we're going to do our baking powder and baking soda. This is a pinch, or you can do a 4th teaspoon if you want to measure it. That works also. I'm going to do a 4th teaspoon. It's just easier to measure. Amy, I like your shirt. Oh, thank you, Amy. So we're going to add a 4th teaspoon baking soda and a 4th teaspoon baking powder. Then we're going to do a pinch of sea salt. This is pink Himalayan sea salt, which is my favorite. You could do about a 4th or an 1/8 teaspoon of sea salt. Then we're going to do some vanilla extract. You can measure this with your heart. I'm just going to do a capful, which is about, I would say it's about half a teaspoon. But it's going to cook out when we cook it. And then we're going to mash this together before we add our chia egg, or our chia seed mixture. We want to get our banana nice and mashed with our chickpeas. And we want to make sure that our baking soda and baking powder is mixed in well. Otherwise, it reacts way too fast with the lemon juice. Lime juice. Lime juice, not lemon. You could make these lemon. All right, so you can see that this is perfectly mixed well. We have our banana, our chickpeas, all our seasonings, baking soda, baking powder. And now we're going to add our chia seed mixture, which you can already see that it's gotten a little bit thickened. I'll show you. It kind of looks like caviar. I've never eaten caviar, but this is what it looks like. It's this almost gel. And it'll give our mixture a nice lime flavor. Key lime is I think one of my favorite flavors. So we're going to pour this in. And you only really need to let your chia seed mixture sit about 1 to 2 minutes. Not too long. Drop some. Then we're going to mix this together. And you can kind of see that it's starting to froth a little bit. That is what the baking soda is doing with the lime juice. But that's okay, because we're going to cook this. Lois, have you ever used flax instead of chia? I have used flax, not in this recipe, but I think it would work perfectly in this recipe also if you wanted to use flaxseed instead. Tammy, I'm late. What are you making? Hello, Tammy. We are making mango Samoa cookies. Those are in the oven right now. And we are making key lime chia drops, or key lime chia cookies, whichever you want to call it. Ooh, that's hot. I'm going to grab this baking sheet here. And I'm not going to burn myself. But I need this thing because We don't want to burn my little counter. Our cookies have about 10 minutes left, which is perfect. I'm going to line this with parchment paper, or you can oil a baking sheet, whichever is easier for you. Either way will work. I'm just going to fold this so it fits. Perfect. And we're just going to make little drops of cookies. Ooh, these are nice and fluffy because the lime juice is reacting with the baking soda. And again, you can make these however amount you want. You can make one big cookie. You can make a bunch of little cookies. It all depends on what, you can even make this in a bake. Now, I have not tried this as a mug cake, but it might work. But I haven't tried. You might have to cook it a little bit longer because chickpeas tend to take a little bit longer to cook. Ooh, we get a lot of these. I think we'll do one more cookie. Or we'll just add this to this cookie. So we got 6, 7, we have 8 cookies here. Or you can make them a little bit smaller. They might cook a little bit faster then. Perfect. And our cookies are almost done. So I think I'm just going to put these on top of the other ones while those are cooking. And then I will show you, we'll take our papaya ones and put it on a plate and we'll look at those. Toast. There we go. Let me grab a plate and let's show you the ones that I made with the papaya. Papaya is a really fun fruit. It's it reminds me a little bit like melons. Ooh, don't drop this. Let's see. Here we go. Deb, are the lime cookies for breakfast? These are both lunch recipes, which I didn't realize until we started cooking them, but you could add, if you want these key lime cookies for lunch, you could add a grain to them. You could add oats or some wheat germ, wheat bran, and you could add that to the mixture and then cook them, and they would be for breakfast then, which is kind of fun also. But these are for lunch. So the key lime cookies, you would side with a fat, 2 ounces fruit, and 6 ounces vegetables for a complete lunch. And then these cookies, now these ones I added an extra 1/4 of a protein to. The original recipe, you would side with 1/4 protein and 6 ounces vegetables for a complete lunch. So these are both for lunch. How fun to have cookies for lunch. And it's super easy to make these as like pack and go. So you can leave them in your fridge and then, oh, we're ready to go for the day. Grab my cookies, grab my vegetables, 1/4 of the protein, hit the road. Super easy. Jackie, how long do you cook the lime cookies? Oh, I'm sorry. We cook these for 25 to 30 minutes also. Now, my oven is at 375 and the original recipe says 350. So we're going to check them at 25 minutes and see if they're done. Maybe even like 20 minutes because it's a little bit hotter, but that's okay with chickpeas because chickpeas, they tend to take a little bit longer to cook. All right, so let's see if we can get these. These are a little bit wet. I think we're going to need a spatula. Maybe I should have cooked these a little bit longer, and I think the melon is a little bit more wet than the mango is. So they're a little crumbly, but that's okay because it's an experiment. Cooking is an adventure. You never know how it's going to turn out. Woo. Yeah, this is crumbly, but that's okay because it's still going to taste good. And I was kind of curious. I'm like, I wonder if this would make with papaya very well. It didn't. It was a little bit too wet. It'll still taste really good, but it doesn't stick together very well. All right, let's see. How are we going to do this with this other side? We're going to tuck this underneath. And we're going to get these on a plate. This is where it gets kind of messy. That's okay. You make it an adventure. We're going to get these off. Deb, top with peanut butter fluff and call it good. Yes! Oh, yes, that will be delish. You had me at peanut butter fluff. You can't go wrong with that stuff. I think the only thing it wouldn't taste good on is like a lasagna. But everything else, yes, always peanut butter fluff. Okay, we want to make sure we get all of our yummy goodness on our plate. So it's a crumbly mess, but it'll be a delicious crumbly mess. You can say that about people. They're a crumbly mess, but they're a delicious crumbly mess. Okay, we got all of it off. Parchment paper was a good idea. I don't know how I would have gotten this off of just the pan. Maybe. Maybe not. All right. I'll show you this crumbly mess. But again, it's going to be delicious. Maybe it was the black beans or the chickpeas, but this is what happens when you use papaya. Ooh, it smells good though. Deb, we're all broken. We're all a little crumbly at our own places, but that's okay because Jesus still loves us. Here we go. It'll be good. So this recipe or this meal, you would side with just vegetables for lunch. And there you go, full lunch, easy. You could grab some just celery sticks, carrot sticks, put that in a baggie, grab and go. Linda, peanut butter fluff is the bomb. Yes, yes it is. Mom, sorry about the printing, kind of delayed. Yeah, the printer's going, but that's okay, because you never know what's going to happen live. It's exciting, right? So this looks really yummy, and I bet you didn't know that black beans, you could put them in sweet things, but you can. They're just like chickpeas, and they taste really good in things. This is going to be like coconutty. It is a crumble. We're going to call it a crumble. Papaya crumble. Cindy, I was wondering the noise. Yeah, it's the printer going off, but that's okay. You get to experience when 5 people have an office in the same house. We kind of all have our own businesses. There's a lot of noises that go on, but that's okay. It makes life an adventure. Oh, our cookies are going to ding any second now. Oh, there's like a fuss. So we're going to set these crumbly cookies to the side. And again, they'll still taste good. Sometimes the ugliest food tastes the best. You never know. Let's get another plate for our next cookies. Let's get a small one. Yeah, we better go with a big plate. These giant plates. Oh no! So my mom recorded for the radio program that we do at our church. She records it right in her room. So when she turned her computer on, it started doing all the printing she tried to do earlier. So it's doing it right now. That's okay. But these plates are perfect when your dinner meals are ginormous, because this is a regular plate. And this is a big plate. Sometimes I still have to 2-plate with this, because this is sometimes just not big enough for our food, right? It's the best. I got these, they were on clearance at Walmart. What places clearance aisles are my favorite. But you always need a ginormous platter plate. Janice, can you use the crumble like granola? Yes, you could. That is genius. You could use half of it, and then that would be half your fruit, half your protein, half of your fat, and then you could have like a parfait underneath. That is a fabulous idea, Janice. Yeah. Take half of this, and you just made granola. Perfect. You could even use this for breakfast. It would be half of your grain, half of your protein, and half of your fruit. And then you would side it with half a protein, half a grain, and half a fruit. There you go. Just split it right in half. So you could do 4 ounces yogurt. That's a half a protein. You could do, you could do more banana or other fruit, more papaya in your yogurt. So you could do tons of things with that. That is a great idea. I think I'm going to have that for breakfast. Yay. Great idea, Janice. I didn't even think of that. Oh, our cookies are looking good. I'm going to move our chickpea cookies down. And we're going to keep those going for about 15 minutes more. Here, these ones turned out a lot better. Where did my trivet go? Ah, I put it somewhere. Oh, it's back by the rail. Oh, here it is. Thank you. I found it. It was missing. Woo, that gets a little hot. These look much better. So, when in doubt, don't make cookies with papaya. They do make great bake things. You can have a camera on my mom's face because it's still printing. How many things did you print? You can cancel the print unless you want it printed.
Is it bad?
No.
Does it bother anybody?
No. Does it bother anybody? It's kind of like a choo-choo train. Just think of it as the yummy train of food. Because now we're going to try to get this on a plate. Let's see. I lost my plate for a second. I found it. I think we can move this to the side now. We're done cooking. All right. While our chickpea cookies are cooking, we're going to get these on a plate and I'm going to show you because they're delicious. This is the trick. Don't burn yourself. I also found these gloves at Aldi's. These are my favorite because the little toaster oven, you can burn your hand on the top of the toaster oven and the bottom. So these are really nice to go in and grab things. Even with an air fryer. We have an Instagram comment. It's fine, no worries. See, Krista said it's fine, no worries. Thank you, Krista. She's gonna get it talking to after this with my little mini cleaver. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Cindy, I thought someone was shaving wood. That's all. Shaving wood. I thought you were gonna say shaving, like shaving their face or their legs. You know, another room. All right, we're gonna get these cookies on a plate before this gets any weirder. Oh, these ones come off better. Look at that. They actually come off the parchment paper. Gail, can barely hear the printer. Yeah. You never know. All right. And it's not like it's an annoying beeping sound or something, so it's all good. It don't bother me. Look at these. They're coming off perfect. Oh, this one, not so much. So if you like your cookies a little crisper, you can make these flatter and then they'll cook a little bit faster and then they'll be a little bit crispier. You're not going to get like super crispy cookies. But if you like it a little bit more doughy, I like a little bit more doughy, then you can make them more round. Oh, it ran out of paper. All right, so here are the mango Samoa cookies. Oh my goodness, they smell like heaven. I would eat these every day. So this is for lunch. This you get to side with a fourth of a protein and vegetables, and this is your full lunch then. Yum, you get all of these. Isn't that like the best part? When you make a whole batch of cookies, you get to eat all of them. So fun, so delish, and they smell like heaven. And these will be perfect because I'm not going to have them today because as you can tell, lunchtime is over. But these will be for tomorrow or even the next day, which is great. And then I'm going to have, so here's the difference. Crumble, which is now granola. Papaya granola, thank you. And we have mango Samoas. Delish. Kelly, yum! Yes, don't they look so good? All right, so we're going to move this. Our chickpea cookies have about 10 minutes left, which goes by really fast when you're cooking in the kitchen and having fun. So usually when I'm baking, this is the time I would clean things up, put things away, but since we're together, we can chat instead. So I'll show you a cool thing. Where is it? Let's see. What was I going to show you? Oh, I was going to show you a new thing that I just found at our church garage sale. Was this? It's a Pampered Chef. So I have it, and I've had this one for years and years and years and years. Don't even know where we got it. It's just been in my drawer. It's this little. I gotta come up closer to show you. Oh, Krista said delicious. It is. I'm so excited. So this is really fun because it's a slide measuring spoon. So it says 1 teaspoon and then it says other things. I found the same thing, but as a measuring cup. So it does cups. So if you're like, you need water and you need more, it does up to 1 cup. I thought that's pretty cool. And it's Pampered Chef. I just found it at our garage sale, which is a really fun place. And then this one is Taste of Homes. And again, this one's really old. It's even like all stained from using it so much, but it's quite fun. So I'll put these away. Oh, and then let me grab this. I'm going to show you this really quickly. Okay, here it is. So, Kelly, she's on the live today. Hello, Kelly. She has just started. She is on day 2. Bravo, Kelly, for making it to day 2. That is amazing. You're doing fabulous. She's going along with the Simply Delicious cookbook, which is this one, and it's a very fun. It is 14 days of recipe instead of just 60 recipes out of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. These ones are for 14 days, so it's not in sections, it's in days instead. Oh, Kelly's on day 3. You're even farther than I thought, Kelly. Yay! Bravo. Day 3, you're doing so good. Oh, 3 whole days. Just think, you're almost a whole week in. Today is day 3. So exciting. Kelly, you're doing amazing. It is. It's like learning a new language, and it does get easier every day. One day it'll just click, and then you'll know, oh, I side it with this, or this equals this. It will click. Down 3.6 pounds. Kelly, that is fabulous. That's a pound a day. That is really fast. That is great. Congratulations, Kelly. Again, you are on fire, girl. Working through this. So she is using the Simply Delicious cookbook, which is really fun, and she's been posting it on the recipe page, which is really fun to see. So instead of just 60 recipes, it's day 1, and then it has breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And this dinner recipe is for 2. So you're not cooking every night. You're cooking this in a double batch. And then the next day, then I encourage you. I tell you you're doing a good job. I give you some hints and tips. And then the next day, I do it again. I give you, like, it's like I'm there with you going along this journey, because it is. And then the next day, you're going to have the dinner left over of the second half of that dinner, so you're not cooking every day in the kitchen. Now, a couple of the recipes are doubled. And how easy is that? All 14 days just put together. You don't have to try to think about what am I going to eat when you're just going through detox and you're just getting started. You can even use this anyway, anytime along the way in your journey. It's a great just companion volume to the recipes. This is recipes put together from volumes 1 through 6. I handpicked recipes that would be easy and delicious to put together to get you through 14 days, which is really fun. So Simply Delicious. You can find this on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. It's in the specialty volumes underneath the numbered volumes on the store page. You can just keep going down, and you can find a recipe index and a food gallery for this. It's quite fun. Look at all the yummy things you get to eat during the week. Kelly, it's a perfect book for beginners. That is so awesome, Kelly. And you're doing so great. Wow, 3.6 pounds in 3 days. That is fabulous. Just think, 4 sticks of butter is 1 pound. So you've lost like 3.5 of those pound sticks of butter. That is fabulous. That's a lot. And they say for every pound you lose, it takes 4 pounds of pressure off of your knees. Isn't that just, your body is probably like having a dance party right now, because that is amazing. All right, and our cookies are almost done. They have about 3 minutes left, and then we'll show you the key lime cookies. You could make these blueberry lemon, just use lemon juice instead. And then for the 2 ounces fruit left over, you could put an ounce of blueberries on top, or do it after. That would be delicious also. Lois, congratulations, Kelly. Yes, it is so exciting to, like, when somebody's just starting out, that fresh journey. It's really exciting to see that, and then be excited with you, because we all know how it feels. We all know all the questions that we all ask. And literally, we all ask the same questions, which is really funny, because I see new people and I'm like, yep, I asked that question, or yep, I've asked a sillier question than that. I remember emailing the company and being like, okay, so for your salad, do you do just 6 ounces of lettuce And then the 8 ounces is the stuff you put on top. And they're like, no, it's just 6 ounces is 6 ounces. Or 8 ounces is 8 ounces. Vegetables are vegetables. So you can have them cooked, raw, roasted, any way you want. And then it's just a total of vegetables. So we've all been there. We've all asked all the questions. So that is so exciting, Kelly. But yes, it's like learning a new language. One day it'll just click. And it'll just be the easiest thing. It'll be second nature. People will ask you, or when you use things every day all the time, people ask you, oh, well, what's a fourth of this protein? Oh, I know what that is because you use it a lot. So it's so exciting. All right, we're going to check on our cookies. Make sure they're not burning. They're doing very well. We're going to turn them up and turn them down just a little bit more so they cook just a little bit faster because we're waiting on these cookies now, which is so exciting. While we're waiting, what should we make next week? Because next Friday we'll be back in the kitchen cooking together. Oh, my friend Cindy is bringing me some rhubarb. Maybe we'll make some rhubarb recipes. In volume 11, which I'm still working on, it's almost done. I have all the recipes in there. I just have to do a couple more things. And then it goes through the editing process and the publishing process. But that one has a bunch of rhubarb recipes in it. Oh, I'm so excited for that volume to come up. Volume 11, 60 brand new recipes coming your way. There's rhubarb ones, there's savory ones. When I made that volume, I discovered egg waffles, which are one of my favorite things now. They're so crispy and you can use them for anything. Sweet, savory, in the middle, they're really good. Kelly, thank you, love rhubarb. Cindy, yes, I will get you a lot. Yes, Cindy's the one who, she's like, oh, my dad has some rhubarb, you want it? I'm like, yes. My rhubarb plant is just really little right now. It hasn't grown as much as your dad's has. So I'm excited to get some rhubarb. Strawberry rhubarb. Oh, that is a good combo. And you can eat rhubarb cooked in things without sugar, and it still tastes amazing. Because usually you think rhubarb, it's pretty tart, it's not very sweet, it's going to be pretty sour, but not cooked with other fruits. Bananas are the perfect sweetener. Strawberries work perfectly with rhubarb. You can make a strawberry rhubarb jam and then add that to things. One of my favorites. So it's just like the apple jam. That's also in volume 3 and on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. In the Pinterest recipes, if you slide through those, you'll find the apple jam recipe. You can do the same thing with rhubarb. Just do equal parts rhubarb and strawberries. Cook it until it's nice and soft and everything's broken down. And then you can store it. You can freeze it. It's great for freezing. You can even freeze just rhubarb and then just wash it, cut it up, put it in a freezer bag, and it's good for when you're ready to use it, which is really nice. Same with papaya. It's going to ding any second now. Here it goes. And then we're going to show you the key lime chia drop cookies. It's almost done. Oh, they look so yummy. Now these you can cook a little bit longer if you want to, because again, chickpeas take a little bit longer to cook. But since there's no egg, you can have these pretty soft also. You don't have to worry about, oh, I have to make sure it's cooked because there's meat or eggs in it. No, it's just chickpeas and chia seeds and all the yummy stuff. Okay, it's almost done. It's gonna ding any second. They're not all the way done. I'm probably gonna cook them a little bit longer, but they're pretty done, and I'm gonna show you these beautiful cookies. Here are key lime cookies. They're so refreshing. They taste like key lime pie, but in a cookie. So delicious. No sugar, no flour, no cravings. Isn't that yummy? Yum. So, oh, there's the ding. So we have our mango Samoa cookies and our key lime cookies, and then we have our papaya granola or papaya crumble, which is delicious too. But here we go. This is what we cooked today in our cookie extravaganza, which is always so fun cooking with you. And next week, I think we'll have to make some rhubarb things. I did post a rhubarb recipe on the recipe page. That one is so delicious. But there's so many things you can do with rhubarb. Next week, I think we're going to have to dig into some rhubarb things. All right, guys, it is always so fun cooking with you on our Friday day together. And I will be back next week. Follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm not on Twitter very much. TikTok. I have a new TikTok account, which is really fun. There's tons of recipes on that place. Let's see, Pinterest, I'm on there quite often. The mango Samoa recipe, I'll be posting on Pinterest tonight. And then I'll be posting on the recipe page. I'll share it to there tomorrow morning. And my website, you can find all my Pinterest recipes, all my cookbooks, the key lime chia cookie recipe, and more on my website, weightlossrecipescookbook.com. And that's the same name as my username on all the platforms, except for TikTok. They wouldn't let me get book in there. So it's just Weight Loss Recipes Cook. So find me on those places. Janice, thank you. It was a great week. Lois, thank you so much. A happy bright weekend to everyone. Yes, yes, yes. The key lime cookie recipes are in volume 3 or Cooking with Joy. And then the mango Samoa recipes are not in a cookbook yet, but I'll be posting the recipe soon. Thank you for joining me. It's always so fun spending Fridays with you. I love you guys, and remember, you're only one thought away from a good day. I love you, and I'll see you next week.